Good evening everyone and welcome back to the Next Gen Ford Escort RS 1600 League. This week we are at Ruapuna Park GP. However, this week we are going to have a wet race, although as you can see quite clearly it's dry at the moment. So we've got a dry qualifying followed by a wet race, so with any luck it will mix the field up and should produce some very exciting racing. So our drivers are just at the start of this 20-minute qualifying session. Unfortunately it's quite a small field tonight, only 9 drivers. A bit of a drop from our last few races, we've been well into the 12-13 driver range. But let's just hope it's a little bit of a blip. But the rain will definitely bring out the best in the drivers. I guarantee there'll be a hell of a lot of sideways action. So hold on to your horses and prepare yourself for what I'm sure will be a great race. Drivers are currently on their outlaps. Let's just see who's furthest round, about to start a lap. It is One High Mofo, closely followed by NGR Lee, just sitting in the slipstream. But whilst the drivers get their first laps under the belts, let's just run through the championship standings quickly. Currently our championship leader is Fun Zaxby TV on 163 points. He's 50 points clear of WRT Scott McFall. As you see, Lee's just gone straight off there at turn 2. Very tricky corner, has to be said. A little kink for turn 1 leads immediately into turn 2. Very easy to get that wrong, as Lee has just demonstrated. However, yep, Scott McFall not here tonight, so that will give NGR Lee the opportunity to get back into second place in the points. He's on 112, so just 1 point behind his rival. NGR Scooby G is in 4th on 100 points, followed by One High Mofo. This man here on screen on 74 points, equal with JPH 99. NGR Lagerfani in 7th on 69, the Les on 58, Jamie F430 on 33, RDF1 Adam Morris on 30, Slidergas 28 on 28, Beckinsale 1992 on 25 points, Fungo Flat Out on 15, Web User Johnny on 14, NGR Fraser 13, NGR Martin 12, Whitford 11, Cam123 Diz on 10, Robertson on 9 and Shopshaft on 8. But One High Mofo is just coming around the final corner now to finish his first flying lap and set the initial pace. Fun's XP TV has got a lap on the board, but that will be including his out lap. So let's just see what One High Mofo does. 141.685 is the time to beat, as Beckinsale goes 1/10 slower and into second place. And Zaxby TV has gone into 3rd, and I think that's JPH off up the top of the track. Yep. Debating whether to go into the pits or not, I think. Maybe a little issue with his wheel? Don't know. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully he'll be able to carry on. And Jarlo, if any, putting it into 4th. We've got Dave coming across the line, Dave Finn, on his return to the championship. Raced at Alton Park in his first race. So, well, right, it will go through drivers for tonight. So, as said before, we have One High Mofo, Beckinsale 1992, Fun Zaxby TV, in WRT Scott McFall's livery, so maybe in memory of Scott, who isn't here tonight. But hopefully, with any luck, he'll be able to return to the championship next week. NGR Lagerfani, Dave Finn 79, JPH 99 still at the final corner, Jamie F430 and NGR Lee, as these two come round to complete their first flying laps. Actually, I think NGR Lee went into the pit, so this might just be starting his flying lap. 5 seconds off the pace. Jamie goes into 8th, 9 seconds off the pace. It's still early days, still got 15 minutes to go yet. So we'll see what the drivers can do. Jamie opted for a white and blue livery this week. Used to seeing him in a yellow one, but Either way, One High Mofo has just extended his pole position gap to 0.3 of a second. Fun Zaxby TV has come across the line and has not improved. Lager Fanny coming around the final corner now. Can he improve on his time? And he does, but not in position. Still 3.5 seconds off of the lead. Dave Finn will now follow him across, and he also improves and puts himself up to 6th position. So we're on to round 9 of the championship now, of 12 rounds. The remaining rounds we've got left are Hockenheim National next week, Donington Park National and Nürburgring combined. So some good tracks to still visit, and let's just hope the numbers improve again. And JPH has... he's got going, that's a good start, but as we just saw, he's recovering from a little bit of a moment. So still plenty of time to get a time in and get used to the car. He's mentioned that he hasn't had any testing, so be interesting to see what we can do. A podium finisher already this season at Willow Springs is our resident commentator, and I've got to tell you, this track is really fun, especially in the wet as well, which you're going to see after qualifying. JPH straddles a cone and actually gets it out of the way quite nicely. I'm sure that was fully intentional by the Bristolian. As he comes around, I think he's probably just starting a fast lap now. Let's see if he puts in a time. Yeah, so he's just starting a fast lap now. As the rest of the field will be coming across the line shortly. No, halfway round the lap. But One High Mofo still on pole position, not had a pole position yet, as the guy in the black and red machine. However, he has had a front row start at Bathurst, and apart from last week's race at Brands Hatch, unfortunately I missed that, so I wasn't able to record it or stream. Apart from that, he's had some pretty good races of late, battling for the podium, just not quite got there. He's actually finished 5th in 3 occasions this season, so we'll be looking to make the most of that. And he's gained a bit more consistency over recent races as well, so definitely one to look out for. But this is our first ever wet race in this championship, so who knows what that will bring. But it's looking good so far as he comes around the final corner, steps the back end out and drives to the line. Let's see if he improves on his time. No, pretty slow lap from him that time round. Scooby G is just entering the second sector. So let's see, here we go. I think it might be JPH. Yep, JPH coming around the final corner. He'll be setting his first lap time of the session now. And his time has not counted, I can only imagine, for track limits. So he'll go round again, looking to get a time on the board. Jamie has not improved either, but Lee has, and moved himself no further up the field, only in 7th. And that was Jamie, so that will be Lagafani. Improves a little bit, but still not on his position. Currently holding 5th position, and actually he's sitting 7th in the points, so which is also his best result of the season as well. So looking to build on it, and he's in a good position to do so. Currently in 5th place on the grid. Obviously we've got a long race ahead of us, 40 minutes near enough, 24 laps in the wet, and anything can happen, as this league has proved again and again and again. And if last week's race was not a demonstration of that, then I do not know. Unfortunately, as I said, I wasn't here to catch it, but I can talk you through what happened. Definitely I'll post the links in the description after the race, and you can check out some of the guys' streams. But it was Fun Zaxby TV who took pole and the win, from about 6 seconds ahead of WRT Scott McFall, but it wasn't all like that for the whole race. It was only towards the end he started to pull away. But we had Scott McFall, Beckinsale, NGR Lee, Scooby G all fighting for second place, and there was probably a second apiece between all 4 drivers as they come out the last corner, but unfortunately 4 didn't quite fit into one, and 2 of the guys, NGR Lee and NGR Scooby G, come together and spun round, which gave WRT Scott McFall and Beckinsale the podium. That was Beckinsale's first podium of the season, and he's looking to continue that run as he's currently in second place on the grid. Only done 2 races with us, and he's looking very strong, it has to be said. And let's get on board with him. Hopefully he'll go for another lap after this. Just entering the final corner. Does he improve on his best time so far? So hopefully we'll get on board around this 3.33 kilometre track. We're heading into the kink at turn 1. It didn't improve that lap round, but immediately followed by another left-hander at turn 2. Steps the back end out, but gets away with it. Ruapuna Park interestingly has 6 left-hand corners in a row, the final 2 corners followed by the first 4. And, I mean, we don't run tyre wear on this series, but if we did, I'd imagine the right-hand tyres would be getting their fair share of a workout. Has hit the hairpin at turn 4 into the second sector now. A little bit tight and twisty, some high curbs, could catch some people out. Got some opportunities for an overtake, especially there. Into left-hander now, followed by the right-hander at the carousel. Interesting corner here. You might be able to take a bit more speed than you think, but then do you want to waste all your speed by shifting at the wrong time? Into Jeff's corner, followed by Cookroom Nissan. Bit of a weird name that one, I assume that's a sponsor. And finally into the long rock sweeper corner at the end of the lap. This is an incredible corner in the wet for sure. You'd see a load of sideways action there. 3 attempts to pick up. Does he go any higher? He improves, but not enough. He's just under 2 attempts behind One High Mofo now. So good lap from Beckinsale, who else is on the lap of Scooby G, just starting halfway through the first sector. Fun Zaxby TV, lowly 4th position at the moment, but still time as he's come out of the final corner. Does he improve? No, not quite. Very close, but 4th position so far. JPH, meanwhile, has put himself up to 5th place. Nice job. NGR Lee, and we just seen her on the screen, has gone fastest by 1.5 attempts. So JPH down to 6th, but does he go any quicker? No, 10 seconds off, so maybe his first outlap. But it is NGR Lee who has run off the track, and that will be his lap over. Has just gone provisionally quickest now, taken over from One High Mofo. Jamie in the middle sector, practicing his sliding. NGR Live trying down to 8th position now, just starting his lap. Dave Finn 79 in the pits. He started his career, well, I say he started his career, his only race with us so far at Ruapuna Park, and showed some signs of a decent race. Had good pace at the start of the race and just dropped off a bit towards the end. So hopefully we'll see him mixing it in with these boys again. Beckinsale now crossing the line, 4.5 minutes remaining of qualifying. doesn't improve, stays in third. Scooby G still in fourth. Let's see who's crossing the line. Jamie 1/10 off of his best. So field a bit more spread out than we're normally used to seeing, but obviously the race is a completely different ball game this week. It is dry, and I'm struggling to find who's crossing the line. Let's just stay with Scooby G for now. Let's see. It's coming around the carousel, using all the exit there. These next two corners, flick left, flick right, flick left. Very good fun. Just flick it down a gear and power through. Back end will step out a bit, but easy enough to hold. But can't use too much to the exit, otherwise your lap will be invalidated for track limits. Final corner is an interesting one. I imagine people do this differently. Some people, like Scooby G there, brake early and power through. Others will, I imagine, will throw it in and just scrub the speed off around the corner. But onto this long back straight now. Actually used for drag racing. This long straight was built in 1976 for drag races. Just a quarter of a mile long. Scooby G not improving so far. One High Mofo coming across the line, 9/10 slower than his previous best time. And Jamie coming across as well, also not improving. NGR Lager only up a 10th on his previous best lap, as he's into the final sector now, closely followed by JPH, who's getting a nice bit of oversteer there. Lager doing extremely well in the V8 series. Unfortunately, that series has ended. It was either second or third. We haven't actually got the confirmed final point standings yet. But in 8th position here, he was on a better lap, but unfortunately he's lost a fair bit of time in the final sector. JPH does not improve either. So entering the final minute and a half now, drivers will be on to their last laps. NGR Lee looks like he's cruising round. Beckinsale is just coming into the final corner. Someone else is crossing the line. It was Scooby G, and he did not improve, but he will have another lap. So no one improving at the moment. And Jamie has just screwed up his final corner. Thankfully he'll have another lap. So let's go back on board with Zaxby TV. Don't think he's ever qualified this low. I think maybe he had one race where he was about mid-pack. Another 8/10 off of his previous best. It's unknown territory for Zaxby TV, but if I remember rightly, the race he did qualify low down, he managed to get straight back to the front reasonably quickly. So he'll be hoping for the same again this time round. NGR Lee still in pole position, got one pole position to his name this season, and he definitely didn't make the most of it as he jumped the start at Willow Springs, resulting in a drive-through penalty, which ultimately resulted to him getting disqualified for speeding. So if it stays this way, he'll certainly be hoping to improve on his lap 1 performance last time round. And here we go. It'll be Beckinsale goes to the pits. One High Mofo goes to the pits. So we've only got JPH. No, I think that's it then. There we go. NGR Lee has got pole position. His second pole of the season. And he's done it by just over a tenth and a half. Just under a tenth and a half from One High Mofo, who gets his second front row start of the season. Beckinsale 1992 in third place, followed by NGR Scooby G. Fun Zaxby TV down in fifth, but expect him to move up. JPH 99 in sixth. Jamie F430 in seventh. NGR Log Fanny in eighth, and Dave Finn 79 in ninth. So here we go, there's the rain. Drivers will now have 2 minutes to prepare themselves. Well, I think last time they readied up quite quick. So these guys are running on default setups. They have the choice between stable and loose. Generally the drivers choose loose, but could be a whole different ball game in the wet. Simple 4 gears for these classic cars. Reaching speeds of around 124 down at their peak, but everyone has readied up, so we're coming into the race now. Lights are up, and away we go for round 9 at Ruapuna Park in the Ford Escort. Looks like One High Mofo's got the best start of the front row, and indeed he will have the lead, but he's going to have to go round the outside of NGR Lee. Will there be any contact into turn 2? Looks pretty clean at the moment. Some drivers will be getting used to this, completely new to them, as NGR Lagfanny's just come off the track at the back there, and he has half spun, thankfully not lost too much time, but Lee has got through again, retaking the lead. No penalty so far, which is good news for him. Front 3 putting away a little bit already. But just a little bit of contact there, and it was Fun Zaxby TV who's been caught up and has gone round. He'll drop to the back of the field. Lagfanny's gone round again actually, so he'll drop to penultimate position in 8th. But One High Mofo in pursuit of NGR Lee, who's actually pulled a little bit of a gap, almost a second in that few corners. Beckinsale continues in 4th. Scooby G had a good couple of races recently, is in 4th place and challenging Beckinsale for 3rd. Nothing doing at the moment. Dave Finn is being caught by Fun Zaxby TV already, and actually lets him by. Dave just feeling like he's not going to waste his own race time defending, and he'll follow Zach and maybe try and follow his lines, learn a bit in these wet conditions, maybe pulling himself along. But after lap 1 it's NGR Lee who holds the lead, 1 win to his name this season at Laguna Seca. Will he be able to make it 2 tonight? Field spreading apart a little bit already, but mistakes will happen, and believe me, in these wet conditions they're a lot easier, and the grass is very, very tricky to get off of in the wet conditions here, so expect to see some drama. Beckinsale close up behind One High Mofo now. Look at the boys sliding the car out of there. Jamie and JPH 99, I think that's a move. Yep, Jamie is going to try and get past the long way round at the hairpin. JPH holds the inside line, and you think he's going to... no, he's going to lose position on the exit, and Jamie moves up to 5th position. Beckinsale still stuck behind one high mofo currently, obviously only lap 2, so it's a long way to go yet. JPH meanwhile gonna try and stay with Jamie F430. Shows good pace at times, does JPH. Fastest lap and podium at Willow Springs. But there's a mistake from Beckinsale. Scooby G having a little bit of a look. He's not going to get past him at the moment, but he's definitely going to be thinking about a move soon. Let's just go on board with him and see what the conditions are like out there for the boys. A few puddles starting to form. You can see Scooby G twitching. They're not the most powerful cars, but they're definitely loose, and you can see it from on board the Scooby G. And Jarlee's pulling away 2.5 seconds already to one high mofo. But oh, Scooby G a bit out of shape, a bit more out of shape than I'd expect to see. Jamie not quite close enough to capitalise, but he definitely will be looking to do so. As he's going to get a good run outside, out of turn 3, and actually having a look into the hairpin. Going to try and go all the way around the outside, just like he did on JPH last lap round. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite do it this time, but he's gone for the switchback. Will he get the run? Scoop G will have the inside line for the next braking zone. And Jamie's going to have to go around the outside. Good respect shown by both there. No contact. Jamie's still there. He's going to get the move done. What a move! That is what you call lining them up from a few corners back, but a little bit of a bump there. Scooby will not take any advantage from that little flash, and JPH will now try and capitalise on that little mistake. But outstanding move from Jamie F430 there. Moving himself up to 4th position. The wet conditions clearly suiting him a bit more than the dry. Qualified a fair bit lower than 4th. I think it was about 6th or 7th for it. Yeah, I think it's about 6th or 7th. There we go, you see in the background Fun Zaxby TV trying to catch the gap. NGR Logfan, he's got past Dave Finn 79. Even these boys getting the back ends out. Dave Finn nice and smooth. But NGR Lee, the man to catch at the moment. 52.0 it was for the leader. Half a second quicker than the next quickest driver, which was Beckinsale on a 52. Where is he? Oh, he's gone off at turn 2. I said it was easy to do. And one high mofo's gone as well, so we missed that. But this moves up Jamie up to 2nd, NGR Scooby G up to 3rd, and JBH up to 9th. So don't know if there's contact. They 2nd and 3rd both went off at the same corner at the same time. So maybe there was contact, maybe it was just a matter of following the guy ahead. Easy to do. Very easy to do. Trying to catch up to the guy ahead. They run wide or run off and you just subconsciously follow them off the track. So these boys will feel like they've got more speed than JPH, but Beckinsale's overshot and he's in danger now of being Zaxby TV's first target on his recovery drive. Not quite close enough, but Beckinsale starting to crack a little bit. Maybe pushing a bit too hard, but it's just a matter of keeping it on the track in these sort of races and try and take any sort of advantage you can. But that has moved NGR Lee's gap at the front to 6 seconds. Zaxby TV will just have to sit in the slipstream and gain any sort of advantage down the back straight as he can. It's a shame we missed that last lap incident. But one high mofo going to have to try and fight back through the field, try and beat his personal best of P5, which is equalled 3 times this season. And he's in a good position to do it. Qualified just on the front row, held pole position for a very long time. But NGR Lee just took it away from him. JPH 99 getting it all out of sorts there, gathering it together and not actually losing too much time, so we'll be pretty pleased with that. Scooby G actually is not too far away, and in fact there we go, Scooby G has made the mistake, but JPH 99 not quite close enough. But One Eye Mofo is really knocking on the door now, trying to get back to his podium position. Jamie's actually pulling away from these drivers as well, so he's comfortably in second. Not able to make any advantage through here was One High Mofo. As you see, puddles starting to form on the inside of the curbs now, especially the cambered curbs. Let's see. The drivers starting to spread out a bit now. They're just trying to get used to the wet conditions as much as possible, but NGR Lee crosses the line for the fifth time even, to start lap 6 with a very healthy margin over Jamie F430. Jamie actually a little bit quicker that last lap round to NGR Lee. But Lee will just try and keep it steady on the track. He's got a nice lead now, doesn't need to throw it away. One Eye Mofo closing back up to JPH 99, and it's this part of the track where he's definitely quicker. Scooby G is also struggling around this part, especially this corner here, left-hander at turn 3. As you see, all out of sorts. JPH very similar. One Eye Mofo a lot more controlled, very sideways again, but controls it well. And inside line there at the hairpin is very clogged up. Well, it's getting to be that way. Now this is the closest battle on track at the moment. For 4th place, JPH just ahead in the white and blue machine, ahead of One Eye Mofo in the black and red Nabil. And you can definitely see the puddles appearing, which will eventually lead to aquaplaning if the rain continues at the rate it is. And see the driver's taking a lot wider line, and actually One Eye Mofo getting a little bit caught out there on the exit. So every lap is different at the moment. More puddles are forming and drivers are having to react to it, but so far so good. Not been too many mistakes. Now I've said it, guess what's going to happen? There we go, JPH taking a little bit of an alternative line, getting through the corner though, and you can tell how much drivers are having to concentrate just by the speed that they're going at. Very cautious through some of the corners. And listen to that, the wheel spin through there, just as One Eye Mofo hit the puddle across the track. And literally a battle for survival at the moment. Now again, speedway it slips up. Yeah, just listen to the remotes rise. It might be better to short shift if anything, or just lift off. Try not to get the wheel spin. Just keep the car pointing straight. But driver's doing very well so far. Scooby G's pulled away quite a lot from this battle, so maybe he's getting used to the conditions. Yeah, he was in fact the fastest man around the track last lap. But oh, he has just made a mistake. Oh, that was definitely a curse of the commentator there. Didn't see where, but must have been on the exit of the carousel. And now he's well in sight of these two, JPH 99 and One High Mofo. Just showing how tricky it is. Scooby G, a serial champion in NXTGEN leagues, and won the V8 Supercar League already. That's been decided. We've stopped that league due to lack of numbers, unfortunately. But JPH, you saw a little bit of a mistake on the exit of the final corner. One High Mofo is going to look to get past on a drag strip. Down to turn one. Will definitely have to stick it out around the outside. He's going to be brave. Will he get it stopped? That's the question. He gets the back end out, gets the tail round. JPH understeers straight on. He's lucky not to collect One High Mofo there. And the man in black and red is up to 4th position again and hunting down the orange machine of Scooby G. Meanwhile, out front, NGLE is putting a sizable lead, 8 seconds now over Jamie F430. Jamie had a little bit of a poor lap that time round, 3 seconds off the pace, and he's almost gone round there. Just gathered it together, and using the curbs, it might actually be an advantage to use the curbs, maybe a little bit more traction. We never know. But the battle for 3rd position now is definitely the one is heightening up. Zaxby TV has got past Beckinsale. I didn't see that. Beckinsale's dropped back a fair bit into 7th. As we've seen race upon race so far this season, anything can happen, and usually does. NGR Like Funny still doing well, keeping the pace up. He's in 8th position. Dave Finn currently at the back, but still circulating, so that's good to see. The drivers exit the final corner for the 8th time. I gotta say, I expected Fun Zaxby TV to be a bit quicker than he was, but there's One High Mofo. He's round. JPH 99 goes through. Where's Fun Zaxby TV? Will he be able to take advantage? There's One High Mofo just in front of you on the left hand side of the screen. So the hard work's been undone again for One High Mofo, by himself this time, and he's dropped to 5th place. He's definitely one of the quicker drivers in this wet conditions, but he just keeps making those mistakes. Admittedly, it is very tough conditions. The drivers have all got the same challenge, and Fun Zaxby TV is going to look to gain and hopefully pass One High Mofo. Zaxby TV, oh, there we go, One High Mofo just catching the puddle on the inside there. Ooh. And now dropping behind Zaxby TV into 6th position. I was just about to say Zaxby TV has only been off the podium in one race at Ruapuna Park, and that was in 4th position, so he's actually lower than he's ever finished a race so far. It might be the change of livery put him off a little bit, I don't know, but it's a pretty good racing driver excuse in my books. But as it is, it's still NGR Lee with a, well, Jamie's brought the gap down to 7.5 seconds last time round. 8 is now back up to 8. Scooby G keeping the pressure up, who's almost just over half a second quicker than Jamie F430 that lap, and was the quickest man around the track. So when he's not making mistakes, he's actually the quickest driver generally. Seen him quick a couple of times. Dave Finn in the background, nice action there. JPH in a comfortable 4th. just keeping it together. And there's Fun XP TV, look at that, sideways. Let's make some great photos here. But One High Mofo's got a better run out of the corner. He's going to look to switch back. Down to second they're going. Okay, yeah, One High Mofo is down to first. I would personally go for first gear, but who am I to talk? I don't drive in these. And XP TV is the current championship leader, so he's the one that you'll probably be asking for advice from. However, he has just made a mistake there, and that allows One High Mofo to close up a little bit more. I don't think he's quite close enough to take advantage of it. Let's just sit on board and see what the driver's eye view is like. Still raining, or at least it's a lot of spray. Visibility not too bad, so clouds may be right softening up a bit at the far end of the track. We'll see, will it actually stop raining and dry out a bit. Oh, Dave Finn just going round for a spin almost, but One High Mofo very much struggling as well on the exit of that final corner. Did Dave go around? No, I think he collected it together. Is that just behind him? That's Beckinsale just behind him. Dave pulls over very respectfully to let the guy coming past lap him. Beckinsale will probably be a bit disappointed actually. Excellent qualifying and a very good start to the race, but a couple mistakes, just like One High Mofo, has dropped him way down the field. 6th and 7th these two are, despite running 2nd and 3rd in the opening laps. Saw them both go off at turn 2 together. We didn't quite catch it to see if it was due to contact or if they both just happened to make a mistake at the same time. Very big gaps appearing now between these drivers. Looks like it might stop raining actually. Let's go on board quick and see if we get any spray. Wipers have stopped, so maybe it has cleared up. There's a little bit of sunshine. So, whoa, JPH just clipping the the puddle on the exit of the corner there, sending him onto the grass, but it does look like it stopped raining, so maybe the track's going to start to dry out. And this is the part where a lot of people are struggling. Definitely short shifting there, which is probably the right thing to do, just to stop the wheel spin. One High Mofo again struggling. He's a lot quicker, you can tell. He's gained so much through the rest of the lap. It's just this final corner that he seems to struggle. But look at this time. Scooby G's banging in the fastest laps each lap, and slowly bringing the gap down to Jamie F430. It's down to just over 2 seconds now. Jamie 55 sat time round, and Jarlee 53.1. So pulling away even further. 9 seconds now the gap. You've got to remember that Jamie's not a regular in this championship as well, so he's doing exceptionally well to be challenging as high up the field as he is. Although we have seen in previous races him challenging for podiums, especially at Bathurst, when he had a great battle with Lee and the F1 Adam Morris for the second and third position. Fortunately, Jamie came out at the back of that battle, but nonetheless it was a battle all the way to the last corner. It kept us on our toes, but One High Mofo again has closed into XP TV. And it looked like they're attacking the track a bit more now. Look, 4 tenths up on his previous best lap is One High Mofo. The driver's getting a little bit more confidence in the car. Maybe the track's drying a little bit. Let's go and board the bumper cam. get a real view of puddles. See, lots of puddles on the inside of the track there, and he did just catch it, and then he did spin the wheels up on the exit on the puddle across the track. There's a few rivers around this track, it has to be said, catching a few drivers out, but it's still quicker than his previous best lap, so maybe the track is drying up. And in fact, Jamie and NGR Scuba G are in the 51s now, and Scuba G has caught up to Jamie and passed Jamie as he's gone off. Where's that? Just on the exit of turn 3, coming up to the hairpin. So all that hard work, and now Jamie is down to 3rd position. Scuba G up into 2nd. He's not had a win yet this season, but he has been on the podium in race 1. And apart from that, that's all he's been. JPH has actually managed to get within visual distance at least of Jamie F430. Maybe just threw it in a bit too much into turn 3, or we have seen quite a few people get a bit skitterish on the river that crosses that part of the track, so maybe just got caught out by it. But one high mofo again closing up to the back of Fun's XB TV. It can't be enjoying being this low down. So just over half distance now. NGR Lee will be on to his 14th lap of the race. Down to a 50.8. NGR Scooby G down to a 50.2 and closing the gap. It's still a fair bit of size, just over 10 seconds. The gap is closing, and if it gets smaller each lap, he will get there. There's 10 laps left. If he closes, well, he's only closing half a second a lap at the moment, but it might be enough to make NGR Lee look in his mirrors a couple of times and maybe forcing him into an error. Jamie has just pulled away a little bit again from JPH99, who's sitting in a very good 4th position, looking for a 2nd podium of the season. He's our resident commentator. And actually, I think he might have made a mistake, because Saxby TV is down in the... Oh, one high mofo just gone round in the distance. Yeah, sorry. It is actually doable to come off the track there, keep your foot in, and still come out on the track. But Beckinsale now well in distance of having a go. What was their last lap time? Beckinsale was actually 2 tenths quicker, so you feel like he'll be able to go with one high mofo and potentially have a go. One high mofo just lacking consistency, unfortunately, in this race. We've seen him definitely one of the quicker drivers, at least at the start of the race, and just keeps making mistakes and dropping further down the field. NGR Logan he's been on the wall somewhere, and still currently in 8th position, but lapping. What sort of lap times is he doing compared to the other guys? This might have been 1:55. Okay, so still a little bit off the pace. Dave Finn coming around as well, on the 57 last time round, but down into the 48s, 48.0 for Jamie F430. That's got to be the quickest lap of the race so far. Let's just have a look at it. We can have a look at that. Fastest laps, 48.0 indeed is the quickest lap of the race for Jamie F430. Desperately trying to close back to 2nd to retake the 2nd position he lost 2 laps ago, and he's identical split time at the end of the 1st sector to his best lap. Let's just get back to battle for 7th place. In fact, the battle for 4th place is hotting up as well. Fun's XB TV does not want to be out any lower than 4th. He wants to equal his worst position of the season. Yeah, it just says something about the quality of driver this man is in these cars. No lower than 4th, and JPH is a little mistake, and that's allowed Fun's XB TV to take 4th position. JPH maybe felt the pressure a bit too much there from our current series leader. and he's dropped to 5th position. Judging by last lap times, Saxby TV will drive away from JPH 99. Just over a second quicker last time round with Saxby TV. 47.0 for NGR Lee. 47.7 for Scuba G. So Lee's actually pulling away again. Up to 11.5 seconds is the gap from 1st to 2nd. See the track's noticeably drying down the straight. Up 16 of 24 though, it's still a fair way to go. JPH just trying to tag along with Fun Zaxby TV. After the mistake last lap, which cost him his 4th position in this race. And he's up ahead, I think that's a line, funny. Yeah, indeed it is. Fortunately, JPH is a normal friend to battle. The Les unable to make the race tonight due to personal commitments, and wish him all the best, and we'll be hopefully back next week. But JPH not really being able to stay with Fun Saxby TV at the moment, but not doing a bad job either. But if you fancy hello Benji, sorry I just seen your comment. If you do fancy joining us here at NXTGEN, especially in these Ford Escorts, you see we've only got 9 tonight. Join us for the last couple of races each Thursday at 8:30 UK time. Then head down to NXTGEN Facebook page, NXTGEN Racing Facebook page, and we'll try and get you signed up. Got a lot of platforms a lot of games to race on, all on PS4. As Jordan just set his personal best lap over 48.5. What is everyone else down to? Oh, NGR Lee, 156 last time round, and his gap is now only down to 4.5 seconds. I missed that. Scuba G will have his tail up now, 47.3, and really pushing on. Jamie, a 45.9. So this is going to get interesting. The gaps are closing and mistakes are starting to happen, and I think you can see on your TV screens that the rain has returned. Let's just go back to cockpit. You are starting to see drops on the screen again, so maybe the grip's starting to disappear again and just catching a couple of drivers. In fact, it's coming down a fair bit heavier immediately, so it'd be interesting to see how people cope with it. And Fun Zaxby TV has made a mistake. JPH 99 really having a look. One High Mofo also under pressure from Beckinsale, and just like a lot of races, everything is starting to happen at once. Let's just see what's the closest. I think Beckinsale is most likely to get past One High Mofo at the moment. So coming into the fast right at Jeff's corner, cracking name. Although to be fair, I've seen different names for this corner, but I went for Jeff's corner because it's my favourite one of the ones I saw. And One Higher Mofo has run very wide. Beckinsale 1992 will look to take advantage, and I think One Higher Mofo did have a slowdown penalty there for his excursion. Beckinsale will not say no to that, but Zaxby TV's also lost the position to JPH. JPH back up to 4th place. He'll be enjoying this race immensely, especially having done no practice at all. Although I do think a couple of the guys have done a little bit of practice for this race tonight. But the guys just getting caught out again by the rain returning and the grip starting to disappear. Very big challenge for these boys. You see 2 seconds slower in the first sector alone compared to his fastest lap is Fun Zach Speed TV. You see how far One High Mofo still within touching distance of Beckinsale. Meanwhile, gap at the front's increased a bit more, up to 5 seconds now. Is NGR He comes on to the back straight and into the final corner at the rock sweeper. Look at that action. Lee's very good at controlling his car around at the wrong angles. Skew G pushing on. In fact, he's gained a lot in that final sector. Almost a second, I think it was. Let's have a look at the lap times. Oh, he's actually slower that time round. But he gained a fair bit in the final sector. Jamie, F430, also losing a bit of time. JPH just continuing to pull away again from Fun Zach Speed TV. And this will be a cracking result for JPH. And we've lost someone. I think it's One High Mofo, not One High Mofo, who is it? NGR Lagerfani has retired, unfortunately. Dave Finn moves up to 8th position. Points for everyone who finishes anyway. So that's excellent to see. But Dave is continuing. And Lagerfani, there we go, has disconnected from the session. Very unfortunate. Maybe just finding the conditions too hard, or maybe it was just disconnection. Zach Speed TV down to 5th again. I'm really struggling in these wet conditions. Maybe we'll have to have more. There's NGR Lee, or is he 50 odd points behind? 60 points behind Fun Zach Speed TV in 3rd place in the championship. But we're going to make a big indent into the leaders' points. So fortunately for Fun Zach Speed TV, man in 2nd place and looking most likely to challenge him, WRT Scott McFall, is not here tonight for reasons unbeknown to us. But it's looking tough for Zach Speed TV tonight, and we'll be definitely looking forward to a dry track next week. Having said that, he didn't qualify very well either, so maybe just a poor track for him. It's currently the closest battle so far, or at the moment. JPH running a bit wide. Fun Zach Speed TV might be able to take advantage into turn 1 and 2. Don't know how much of an effect slipstream's got around here. Stone board doesn't look like it's got too much of an effect. A little bit. You see Zach Speed TV slightly closing. Having a look, just seeing if JPH will react to it. But will JPH be able to keep it on the track? He looks like he's gone a bit deep, but no, he's perfectly within the boundaries there. Meanwhile, Beckinsale has dropped behind One High Mofo. And Mofo back up to 6th. Beckinsale down to 7th. But One High Mofo looks like he's going round again. No, held the car, just maybe the camera angle, but well controlled. Zach Speed looking a lot closer to JPH now. Saw JPH make a little bit of a mistake a few laps ago when just at this corner here, allowing Zach Speed past. Not this time round. JPH doing very well. Jamie is actually closing the gap on the leaders down to 8 seconds, and in fact it's 2 seconds almost quicker than NGR Scooby G that last time round, and you can see him, just the orange car there going round in front of the shot. It's down to 2 seconds of the gap, but Jamie's not helping himself by running onto grass there, struggling to control the car. But gathers it all together. It's not going to help his cause though. And Charlie continuing to lap about 5 or 6 seconds in the lead, so maybe he's just controlling the pace, just keeping on the circuit. We saw he lost about 6 seconds earlier on due to a mistake, and just controlling the pace. 52.7 last time. Scooby G a 53.1. Jamie a 51.7. Oh no, Jamie's lost it. I was about to say that was lovely car control, but maybe just caught that stream across the track. Dave Finn chooses not to go for anything there. He is a couple of laps down. Didn't want to impede Jamie any more than, well, he hindered himself. And I fear that is the last Jamie is going to be able to do to close the gap to Scooby G. And that position looks pretty sealed now, unless there's any further mistakes. 3 laps remaining, so in potential to further mistakes, but JPH still being hounded by Fun Zaxby TV. Dancing the car through the infield, down to second gear, round the carousel, banging on the limiter up to third. He'll throw it into Jeff's corner, and then he'll throw it in again to Nissan. Does he run wide? No, keeps it within the boundaries, so good control there. But Fun's actually TV maybe getting a little bit frustrated now. Just got to be patient, wait for the mistakes that we have seen very often from all these drivers, and in fact Zaxby TV was the one who made the mistake on the stream across the track, and that will give a little bit of respite to JPH 99. One high mofo pulling away now from Beckinsale in 6th place, and Beckinsale almost getting well caught out by the stream. Dave Finn 79. Oh no, just seeing Dave get caught out by exactly the same place as Jamie F430 did last lap. And there is Fun Zaxby TV in the background. Everyone wants to get into shot now. JPH will happily take that, and one high mofo has also gone off, and Beckinsale will retake 6th position. Everyone having incidents in that first sector, that lap round. We actually caught most of it, so we did well there. Beckinsale has actually been pretty consistent in recent laps, just keeping it on the track. But as I was saying about 5 laps ago, if you fancy joining us next week, we are at Hockenheim National. So please do head down to the Facebook NXTGEN Racing Facebook page, as NGR Lee starts his penultimate lap. Scooby G 6 seconds back there. We've got Project Cars 2 races every night of the week, apart from Tuesdays unfortunately now. We've got touring cars, 3 different types of touring cars on Mondays. Wednesdays got GTE, Thursdays we've got here with us obviously. Fridays we've got the Ginettas GT5s and GT4s run by this man Jamie F430, so if you fancy them, give him a shout. Saturday's Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coates. I don't think we have Sundays either actually anymore, but we used to, maybe we do, I don't know. There might be a Sunday still, or a Ferrari 488 challenge. GT Sport's going very well at the moment. They're 6 nights a week. Got Mini Cooper Cup, sponsored by Chloe Hewitt on a Monday night. Focus Cup, which is I'm told very hotly contested, on a Tuesday. GR3 leagues on Wednesday. Porsches on a Thursday and a Friday, and a GR4 series on a Sunday. And on Assetto Corsa we've got on a Wednesday night, that was run by NGR Lagfani. Unfortunately he has disconnected from the race, but he runs a classic DTM series on Assetto Corsa on a Wednesday, so definitely have a look at doing that. Some great cars on offer there. They change cars each week, I believe, so mixing it up. Dirt Rally as well. There are currently stages being hosted by this man JPH99 throughout the week. One stage all week. Just try and set your best times, and I think whoever, well, I imagine it's whoever get the best time wins. But yeah, if you fancy a dirt rally, hit this man up and he can try and point you in the right direction. And also we have an F1 League on a Thursday and a race room. I don't know what night that is, I think it might be a Monday, but NGR Lee is on his last lap now, quite comfortably ahead, still 6 seconds, just maintaining the gap, and he's going to get the maximum points, 21 points for the win, and he'll get the point for pole position as well, so 22 points will move him on to 134 points and back up to second position in the standings. Let's just have a quick ride on board with him, see how he's faring with the conditions. Rain seems like it's calmed down a little bit more, but still falling. Had that one period during the middle of the race where the rain sort of stopped and drivers were going a lot quicker, but then it picked up again. But Lee, other than one mistake we didn't quite catch, has dominated this race and qualifying, and deservedly is going to take his second victory of the season. And boy will he be pleased with it. Look at that, flashing the lights. He knows he's done a great job here tonight in very tricky conditions, and Njali takes round 9 at Ruapuna Park in some style. Scooby G would be happy. Second place, another second place. Is only ever podium, a second podium. First one was round 1, so long time since he had a podium, just showing how competitive this category is. NGR Scooby G, very highly rated driver. Jamie F430 with a podium position in third place, he'll be well happy with that, although did throw second place away halfway, about 3/4 of the way through the race. JPH99 in 4th position, look at that, he's definitely happy, holding off all attempts from Fun Zaxby TV despite falling behind him as well at one point. Zaxby TV with his lowest position of the season, struggling tonight, but will still maintain the lead of the championship. Beckinsale, good start to the race, qualified well, just fell back, never quite recovered, but takes 6th position. So some more points on the board for him. One High Mofo starting on the front row will be a bit disappointed, I feel, but showing some more good pace, just lacking the consistency in these conditions. Very hard it was. But Dave Finn 79 will be the last runner. He won't quite reach the line before the time runs out, but it'll take 8 points, 8th place and points as well. So it's excellent to see Dave turning up with what I don't think will be any practice. I literally invited him last minute and he actually joined, so very nice to see. But there we go, NGR Lee 9.5 seconds but ahead of Scuba G. Who got fastest lap? I imagine it was Jamie. Best lap 45.9. It was indeed Jamie F430. Taking 3rd position as well. JPH 99 in 4th, Funzac Speed TV in 5th, Beckinsale 1992 in 6th, One High Mofo in 7th, and Dave Finn in 8th position. So thank you very much guys for joining us on the stream tonight. Be back same time next week at Hockenheim National. It will be dry next week, and hopefully we'll see some excellently close racing as we have seen all season. Unfortunately the rain spread some drivers out a bit, but still it was a rather entertaining race. So thank you again guys, and please join us next week at Hockenheim National. for excellent Ford Escort RS1600 racing. Good night.